Okay, let me try to do the walkthrough again. If I get my face blown off, you know what happened. I know. Yeah, see, little Ark says, yeah, it was a cheap shot. Oh, for sure. They're just salty. It happens. Sodium levels are through the roof. Trying to show off our hard work and this little kids. Go play Fortnite, dude. Nobody likes you here.
We need to start building on that giant silo that's on the side of us. The one with the one ladder up and down.
Yeah. All right, let's do this again. So before we were so rudely interrupted, here's the base that the team that we've been building for roughly a day. Yeah, it's been about a day, right? Yeah, alright, well, here we go. Alright, so where were we? Yeah, so we've been playing in 104. This is the second time doing this. We've been playing in 104 with the new update. It's been fantastic, even with sweaty fingers. And we've been trying to build up as much as possible over the last, day or so. And we've finally come to a location that's fairly decent, I think. And let me go ahead and show this location. If you're looking at the map, we like to set up in Cherno City. Again, Cherno is cut up into two sections, F1, E1, and E2. E1 and E2 is Cherno Industrial, and we call F1 Cherno City. And give you a second to kind of digest that. Yeah, it looks like it came from the beach side. Yeah, I think you're right, 100%. That's okay. And this is a zoomed-in section of Cherno City, Cherno in general. But if you look again below the railroad track that cuts or intersects through the top, anything below the railroad tracks is considered Cherno City, or just Cherno in general. And the left side with the gray boxes is Cherno City, and the right side is Cherno Industrial. We are currently residing in Cherno Industrial. We are well, for a few reasons. Cherno Industrial is very good because of all the different plank spawns that you've seen out here in various sections, like right here. Very nice. Oops, I'm sorry. Right there. Plank spawns are fantastic for building, doing the framework for your actual walls themselves. We've got more planks here on this side. It doesn't always spawn quite this heavy, but it is nice, to say the least. So. Doesn't always happen like that, but it's dope. So having those different plank spawns here makes it very easy. Also, different construction materials spawn here as well. Let me bring up the fancy boy map. If you look at the darker brown circles that have they almost look like the menu icon on your cellular phone. In various applications, they look like 3 lines. Those are potential plank spawn locations. And it makes it, if you just look in the general area of Cherno Industrial, they're all over the place, so you've got a lot of potential spawns really working for you. So it makes this spectacular for building. And with server hopping being what it is, if you look at these circles with people silhouettes in like a light blue circle, those are areas where people can fresh spawn. But if somebody server hops into your server, they're not going to be anywhere close to the shoreline at all. So it makes it so just fresh spawns are in the area with you. So they typically aren't going to have the kind of gear that's required to actually do a raid on the base itself. Oops, let me give you a better shot here. So yeah, for a couple reasons, you can get on your feet very quickly with this build here in this location because of all the building utensils, tools, nails, wire, barbed wire, all at your disposal. Let me go ahead and show you the outside here. That's if we don't get clipped again. Stream snipers, the trash. Anyway, so we came through here. This came through another stream a while ago. Sorry, I'm I'm being a little erratic. We came through. We've been playing on the PC for a while, but obviously we play on the console. We came here, or I'm sorry, we're on the console, and no, I'm sorry, we're playing on the PC, and we found that this location here was quite nice. We saw somebody else trying to set up here, and again, this warehouse prefab has been. I'm sure there's been plenty of people that have built here, and we saw somebody else building, but we kind of wanted to elaborate on it, seeing just how fortified it was. Again, having a pre-existing structure makes it very, very nice. Rico! Hey there, Mushy Arms. That's our boy. Yeah, having it in this location is very nice. It might be coming from the right, so just a heads up. So this location is really nice because it has all these different amenities, but again, this location... if you've seen any of our other build videos, that whenever you can pick a location that has a lot of the structures built for you, it makes it very good. Be careful of the barbed wire up in the front. If you walk through the front,
I know.
yeah, just move quick because sometimes it gets glitched. I got you, B.
Yeah.
Barbed wire wrecks you fast.
I already heard you.
Yeah, see what I mean?
Hey, bitch.
So yeah, hopefully we're showing you a general location where we are, why it's good, and we'll kind of walk you around this prefab. I think this is called a warehouse. I'm not sure exactly what the prefab's called, but if you look here, it has an entry point. We did find one of the other entry points yesterday. We'll kind of walk through that. I don't think I'll be able to show you as much of it because we have somebody really just teabagging us here. This no good kid. This bad kid. So the main entryway is here in the front, but what makes this so disgusting, I'm going to go ahead and kind of give you a zoom in here, is the fact that we've got not only the garage doors there, but we also have a fence and a fence gate working as a secondary doorway. And yes, in 104 you can breach your way into doorways, but it adds just more time it takes for somebody to break in, which means there's more time for us to potentially run into them and then counter them. But the barbed wire makes it especially dangerous because if you get caught in those, it's nasty to the max. As a matter of fact, I'm almost afraid to hit it by accident. Even with the doors shut, you can really see that the barbed wire sticks out and it can still wreck you. And if you're not careful, you'll be knocked out in no time. And with the zombies being around here, it makes it quite a nice deterrent. Now, again, this requires quite a few different fence kits. So this is a bit on the expensive side, but really with it being so close to all these amenities, maybe, just maybe, this is decent for a solo player. I think it would be on the more difficult side for something like that, but definitely possible. I'm going to say this is more of like a squad based, maybe duos or higher, but it's definitely worth it. So we're going to go inside and give you a little tour piece. Looking for some scumbags, some tea bags. That barbed wire was wrecking my life.
Yeah, I heard.
Oh man, so like we made it a bit more complex here on the inside, which is definitely going to get more beautiful for sure. But if you look right here, we started with this fence kit here. And this makes this little platform here not only makes it good for shooting outward, but we can close the door from here as well. Extra dirty. And Drusif. Is this Drusif here next to me?
Yep.
Drusif added our the lights to blind people if they start to break in different sections here, which is pretty tight.
Yeah,
It is
there's
definitely
another
blinding.
power rail, so I was able to move that light out, and now we can put a wall with a platform right here behind the lights as well.
That's
That
beautiful.
pouch was disgusting.
You liked it. So yeah, we're going to create another
Yeah.
section in here to kind of pot people. We've created some towers, some more gateways, and as you can see, we've already harvested ourselves a gunter, and we're now parking it here. Now we know to move it because we have somebody really just drooling over, with their little sausage fingers, drooling over our loot. Can't wait to split that kid's wig and take his gear.
Also, yeah, thanks for go ahead and blowing your wad stream sniping and killing you and not getting any loot instead of waiting to actually come steal something important.
Yeah, well, I mean, these scrub kids, these stream sniper kids, they're never good. We know that.
They're a bunch of fucking trash bags. You know, you gotta stream snipe, dude. Come to my stream, I'll clap you, dude, and you can see what I'm doing.
Okay, nice. 27 says he's still scouting. So if you look here, we started off on the simple side. We did this here, and then we started to add these frames. As you've seen in other videos, we start off very cheap. We started to add more and more. We didn't want to get too big too fast. We were fortunate enough to find more barbed wire, which is devastation to the max. We've knocked ourselves out multiple times by accident, just trying to attach things or even open the doorways. So yeah, we're still pushing inward. We're adding another layer here, making it more fortified, and so we can get up higher. And if you keep pushing inward, we placed more of these gateways here, or more of these fence kits, to stop people from getting around the side and giving us a vantage point. I just want to show you what it looks like if somebody were to get into this section.
I don't see a shirt.
Oh, nice. We got a wire mesh. Oh, look. He says coming outside waiting. See, this guy is the stream sniper. Nobody's impressed, little kid. Go play Fortnite.
Right here.
Anyways, so if you look in here...
I have a jacket in my hand.
I think the more you pick it up, it might get destroyed.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw it.
Throw it at this hood.
It landed right here.
I love your bush. Okay, just so we get through this. Sorry. So if you look here, we started off on the cheap side, and we wanted to make a self-contained area, so if somebody were to breach in, we'd have points to shoot from. So we locked off this top section, giving ourselves some vantage points. But if you look back here, we wanted to make sure that this was roped off. We had some more vantage points here. We are going to build up this wall here and make another gateway. But if you look back here, we wanted to create a wall or a gateway here. But if you look, these extra doorways here kind of creates another locked off section, and you can't even get up the stairs as well. Just creating more and more layers for people to have to break into and slowly slink their way in hopes that we'll find them there. You can see back here we did some storage. We got some barrels. It's a little janky right now in 104 for us on PlayStation and Xbox, just because we have so many inventory issues and everything else. I know we're kind of stumbling through it, which is a little disappointing considering that 104 on the PC was so nice. It's just we're hoping for a hotfix basically. So you can still make do with a lot of the loot here, or a lot of the bags and whatnot. So this back section is definitely nice. You can do more things to add different layers. And as we start to rope off more of this section, we'll start to see, or you can make more of these gateways and stuff to rope off even more. Now, going upstairs here, I know we've got some more work to do. But if you look over here, we wanted to rope off this section just in case they broke in and the walls were holding downstairs. We wanted to make sure that we had more room to shoot back from, and to make sure that people can't necessarily just keep pushing in on us. Because remember, you can no longer server hop. That is no longer a thing. So they have to push into the actual structure itself. So making it a lot more difficult for somebody to actually complete a raid. We'll eventually rope this off, making it a gateway itself. So even if people got up that frame, broke in, we can still shoot down. If you look here, this window makes it very nice for us to repel would-be invaders. Even stream sniping trash bags. As you can see, that trash bag is outside and not inside because he's a bad kid. He had to wait to get the intel from us, right? And even then, watch, we're going to drop this clown. It's going to be great. Anyways, this is a nice base. We'll call this more of an outpost for us. Definitely a multi-crew setup, because you don't want to store anything here long term, just because it'd be kind of foolish. You definitely want to go to loot stashes. I do have videos on those. It's in the DayZ highlights playlist. I'll be sure to make it a card here at the top. It is also in the description below. I'll go ahead and put it up in the chat as well. And depending on when this plays again, it'll most likely be a card for people watching it as a video, as I do record whilst I stream, obviously. But yes, this is definitely a nice outpost. As you see, when we sign up, we take all of our major loot either on our alternate accounts, and then we take the vehicle out of here. Obviously, well, because we stream and stuff while we record, we have little garbage bags that want to come in here and try to take the loot. So it happens, right? So we kind of have to take things out. Maybe the guy did come in here, right? Maybe he did. Was like, man, where's all the loot? And we're like, oh man, this kid's bad. So yes, we definitely have a lot of room. We can fit multiple vehicles in here, which makes it super cool. Oh, I was wondering who that was. That was just coming in. And it's definitely a nice staging area. As we start to do looting and we pick up other players, it's a good place to stage, loot, and other team members, and just keep pushing, whether it's vehicles or even more loot. Let me show you another stop point upstairs that we came across. We had to kind of solve. You can jump over from the silos from here, so we had to really solve that situation. And upstairs, we had to make sure that we put up a wall piece. I'm going to go ahead and walk over here. I might get sniped. Definitely have somebody who wants to give us a mouth kiss. Yes, these silos here from this side are making it so people can jump over, so we placed a wall here on this position, and then making it even more difficult to come in. And again, I would recommend everybody starting with wood to begin with, and then increasing it to metal sheets whenever you can. But being in the location that we are in definitely makes it much easier to find those metal sheets. And again, if you don't have somebody just crawling up your beehole with stream sniping you, this is actually very effective. Because the geared people will spawn inland, about 1 square inland, or about 2 squares inland from the shoreline, and anybody who's going to come up on you is going to be a freshie, unless they have prior knowledge of your location. Now, yeah, it's not to say geared players wouldn't come sweeping down here, but it's very unlikely. So it makes it a great staging position or a kickoff point for any kind of major squad operations that you want to do, especially if you're trying to collect vehicles up here on the shoreline. So yeah, I guess we'll call this a squad-based build? Question mark? I don't know. Maybe? Does that sound right? So yeah, we'll continue to update everybody with our base setup and how it evolves and how we defend it, because I'm sure we're gonna get some salty boys coming in here and trying to raid us. So we'll keep you informed. So far, the base building's been really good for 104 on the consoles. So we're just waiting for some of those hotfixes for like MVGs and some inventory stuff. But for the most part, yeah, the base building and anti-server hopping's making it really nice. I like it. Hey, boys.